Hey Matt, it's Chewy, and it's time for your weekly update. And as you can tell, my bird also wants to talk to you, so she's got a lot to say, but that's alright. So, I've been living outside of California for about 4 years now, and it's funny, I don't know, I guess things feel the same, they feel different. A lot of things have changed and happened since I've left, and it's strange seeing it from the outside perspective and everything. One of the things happening now is the fires going on kind of in northern-ish California. And well, I don't have much to say about that. It's really too bad that it's happening. It sucks for people who are, losing their homes, getting evacuated, just being like out of place for a long time. And I don't know, from the news, it seems like everybody is pretty worried about the air quality these days. My birds here are okay. But anyways, yeah, what I did want to say specifically was, do you remember back in I think I was in 7th grade, might have been 8th, but I'm pretty sure it was 7th grade, so you would have been maybe 5th grade or something. So I'm in junior high, you are probably around there. But do you remember when we had the fires in where we lived and we were evacuated for like a month? It was crazy. And I remember specifically this month because it was probably early October, end of September. Things were kind of changing, but we evacuated, and we were literally just like out of whatever we were doing for a month. So school, we skipped a month of it. We never made that up, and then yeah, the times changed, and so I guess I've just been remembering that. I remember when we were, I guess, told to start evacuating. Angel and I think our parents called, and my dad was like, "Hey, load up the truck with stuff." And I remember loading up the truck with pretty much everything that I could think of that my parents would care about, because it was just me and Angel when that was going on. Um, or Angel and me, sorry. But anyways, so I remember loading up the truck, and I was just, I don't know, trying stuff. Angel got mad at me and stopped helping, and I was like, okay, I'll try to do this on my own. I don't know. He got mad at me a lot for a lot of reasons. I'm sure it was well deserved. But anyways, I remember loading up the stuff. My dad eventually got home, and I don't know, we had to like retie everything because it probably would have fallen the way I had it tied up. It was pretty bad. I was like, well, I tried this on my own. Anyways, we load up the stuff, and then by then I guess I was pretty tired. There's tons of traffic leaving the mountain, and it took us forever to leave. And so I just kind of fell asleep in the car, and I was like, okay, well, that's fine. And then I think at some point my parents stopped by an In-N-Out, and they tried to wake me up and ask me if I wanted anything. And I woke up and I was just really grumpy. I didn't want anything. I was like, no, don't ever try to wake me up again. And so I went back to sleep, and I didn't get any In-N-Out. And I regret that. I regretted that the morning after when I woke up and I was starving. I was just like, I need food. I was asleep the whole time, so I'm awake before everybody. So I don't know. I just have to wait it out. But I was like, oh, I was hoping that they bought like some extra burger and fries or something so I could eat that in the morning. They did not. So I was just starving that day. But yeah, at the time we stayed in Riverside where my sister was living at the time, and yeah, it was weird. We just kind of like filled their apartment with a bunch of our stuff that we had brought over. So that place to me always seems like, I don't know, a room full of boxes and different random things. And I remember I hooked up my N64 and started playing some video games there. Maybe it was the GameCube at that point, but I'm pretty sure it was my N64. And so I just kind of played video games there, and I'd go outside, and sometimes like the ash was pretty bad. Like the fire was so crazy that like ash was falling all the way where we were. And so we couldn't really stand outside or anything. Air quality was probably bad. At that point, I don't think I really knew. So we all went outside anyways and didn't really worry about it. And in hindsight, that was probably bad. But yeah, I just remember being there. And then essentially we spent Halloween there. Yeah, Halloween was We just kind of did it around the neighborhoods there, but I didn't mind because I was like, oh, it's a lot easier to walk around in a flat neighborhood than it is to walk around like hills and things to go trick or treating. So we did Halloween there. Eventually, like, it rained. I think that was like the only thing that could really stop a fire like that is that it rained, and then all of a sudden the fire was out. In most places, I'm sure they had people going through because there's probably still some remnants that could eventually spark some other things. So it rained. Everybody could go back home, but even going back home, the place was still pretty. I remember I really wanted to go back home. I was like, let's just go. I want to go back. And, the power had been out. The heat wasn't on. Everything was just, doing its thing. And so we get back, and it's kind of cold at that point. Like, the seasons had changed while we were out of there. Because, late September, early October is still pretty summery. And then so we got back, and it's just cold and autumn feeling. It felt really nice. I liked going back for some reason. It was pretty crazy. And not everybody had returned yet, so it was pretty much just us. We had to kind of get our house going again, and my mom was complaining the whole time because she hates the cold. And so she was like, I want to go back. It's too cold here. But we eventually got the heat going. I think we just had like a fire in our fireplace, and we all slept in the living room or so. And I remember I was just like, I just don't want to be bored anymore waiting around. So it was pretty funny. Anyways, that's what I've been thinking about lately, just that experience. It was pretty weird taking a month off school. We never made it up. I don't think you guys made it. I don't think anybody in our school district made that month up of school. We would have been going into school well into the summer, and that would have been, whatever. So anyways, it's Thanksgiving time. We're headed out this week, and yeah, it's going to be fun. We usually go to Arizona. I think next year we might change it up just because this year we can't really take a long winter break because I just started a new job and I don't really have a lot of time off. So I think we're going to try to go for New Year's-ish and get as many days as possible then. And then outside of that, yeah, I think we may just do Thanksgiving in California. We'll see how our family feels because we have one brother who doesn't really make it every year, and so it would be cool to have it over there, and have it with the family that just doesn't ever seem to be at Thanksgiving. They used to. But nowadays, it's harder to get us all together. So they have a lot more kids than everyone, too. So I don't blame them. And then, yeah, I'm excited. I really want to go and check out the improv theater that I used to do improv at there. They they just started in a new theater. Well, they moved to a new theater. So I'm really excited to see that. It seems like a really cool space. And then I want to watch Wreck-It Ralph 2, too. I just showed Jackie the new one last night, and not the new one, the first one last night, and we had a good time watching it. So yeah, that's what we're up to. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving, and I guess I'll check in with you next week. Bye.